Alright guys, so I recorded an entire video, 15 minutes, and then to my horror I realized that I forgot to enable my mic. So I was there talking and the mic wasn't recording anything. Long story short, currently you're seeing footage of me fighting boss circle of Shadow Kung Lao. I tried doing tons of the Joker special too, and the point of this video was to try this toy. The toy that is a weapon from it's an epic weapon actually from the tower, the favorite toy or whatever. This equipment is supposed to deal 5% damage of the maximum health on successful special 2, and that is at fusion 10. At fusion 0, however, you still have 50% chance to do that on special 2. So if you manage to land, let's say, 10 special 2s, that's 50% of the damage of the boss already, regardless of the fusion of your character, regardless of the damage of the special 2. So I decided to test that, and it seems that it doesn't really work to the full extent. It seems that every time when you do that against bosses, it deals lower damage, and that's really unfortunate. Currently you see my calculations. This thing doesn't feel like you're doing 5% of the maximum health of the boss. It simply doesn't. However, the situation with any fights outside of a boss fight is kind of very close to 5%. We're going to do it in a live video now with sound. But before we get there, another thing that I wanted to mention, and this thing is thanks to Stop IM, I managed to get the footage. He actually provided the footage with having this piece at maximum fusion and giving it to Guardian Terminator. Reason being, he will be getting 2 bars of power on tagging. So if you manage to keep him with 1 bar of power all the time, basically every time when you hit tags to save your enemy, to save your, your character who is active, he will have Fatal Blow. So he's going to do a Fatal Blow. If you have the talent that reduces the cost of the Fatal Blow by 30%, basically after the Fatal Blow he'll be left with 1 bar of power. You can tag him back out, and the next time you tag him back in, of course, if you trigger his passive, he's going to have another Fatal Blow ready, and that's really overpowered. This is just one of the examples of when this equipment can be really useful at maximum fusion. So if you're wailing, or if you intend to start wailing and max out this equipment, just keep in mind that the Guardian Terminator will be a suitable role for it. Alright, after we established that this item doesn't really work the way we want it to work on bosses, I will be testing how this thing behaves in faction wars, and I have also one last battle to do in towers, even though I don't think it's worth even testing in towers. Now, I have this team, reason being Circle Shadow Jax doesn't really kill people with his special 2. This is what I want to achieve. I want to be spamming special 2 without killing people. So I want to have them alive for as much as possible, so I can do at least 2 special 2s that will trigger this effect, so I can calculate whether the damage is actually 5% of the maximum health. It is easy to see while playing, but if it is less, then I have to calculate it while editing the final version of the video. Now I'm going to do special 2. Don't tell me it's going to be little. Don't tell me it's going to be little. Just alright. So I'm going to do this. Please trigger. The balloon just get triggered. That's unfortunate. I'm going to do another special 2. I won't do anything on the mini game. We're simply testing. Okay. $8,000. That's way below. Wait a second. It's 160,000. So it is kind of 5%. It is because 5% of 100,000 is. Oh, I should have removed that equipment because this equipment is ruining it for me. 32, 25. Oh yeah, it does. Actually, it does. But actually, it did even more. That's really weird. That is really weird. She has a shield break. I don't want her to have the shield break. I have to remove that equipment. It's ruining my life at this point. 53, 46. Yeah, it works. 10,000. So, okay, wait a second. 5% of 100,000 is 5,000. So, it should be about 7,500. It should be 10,000. 10,000 is 5% of 200,000. I don't understand this. At least she healed, alright? And I died. Oh, I didn't. That's good. Alright. The last shot. I totally forgot about that. Alright. So, I have no clue how this thing is calculating percentages, really. 5% of the maximum health. Melina has 142. 7,000. Now it's... Okay, am I going crazy? I'm going to edit it out because 7,000 seems like 5%. Yeah, definitely. 7,000 and something should be 5% of 104,000, but 140, I'm sorry. But before that, it dealt 10,000, and it wasn't critical hit or something. So how is this thing even working? That's really weird. Alright, let's see another example, but I'm going to remove this piece. Oh, and I'm not going to fight Sonya, because Sonya is going to ruin my day and make my life miserable, so I'm going to use this piece. What's this piece even doing? Let's see. Okay, power generation, maximum health. That's all I require at this point. Quite honestly, guys, this toy is probably the best equipment from this tower when it comes to epic pieces. I'm still not convinced that it's better than some of the gold pieces. Alright, let's see what's going to happen now. I'll be spamming special 2 the way I did, and I won't be trying hard to the minigame. All I want is Sonya to die first so that she doesn't tag back in, give red card to my Jax, because Jax is my testing rat. I'm testing stuff on him. So, we'll be opening this by doing special 2, just like this. Alright. Okay. She has 216, so it means this thing should deal at least 10,000 damage. Alright, so it definitely works if you're not fighting bosses, because against bosses the damage is halved. This is what it seems to me. Alright, it's going. If it is triggered, it should keep the same damage, because it's not based on current health. If it was based on current health, it should have different damage every single time, but it keeps the same damage, or at least I think it does. Let's see now. Okay. You know what? I just want to kill her so that she doesn't come back. Can you do 14,000 damage, Jax? Okay, he can. Of course he can. Good, 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 good. Alright. I don't care about Kung Lao. Seriously. I will tag back to Jax now, if you don't mind, kind sir. Quite honestly, Kung Lao will be a really, really good candidate for this weapon, because he can spam special 2, he can spam it fast, he can spam it for free, and if it works on boss 2.8%, it's 2.8%, always useful, right? Unfortunately, they should have said that it doesn't really work the same way against bosses. 136, so we should do some 7.3 or something. It didn't do anything, alright, unfortunate, it didn't trigger. It would be much easier to test if it was maxed out, but I'm not spending to max out these tower equipment pieces. I don't think it's worth. If I'm missing some blue piece to be maxed out, probably at the end I'm going to just spend a couple of dollars just to max the blue pieces. Even though the beautiful thing about the blue pieces from this tower is that they don't have to be amazing. I mean, they're not amazing in Fusion 10, they're amazing at almost any Fusion. Alright, 7,000. Yeah, exactly, it works. Okay, it works against regular opponents in Faction Wars. It doesn't work against bosses. It works only partially, and that's really, really unfortunate. Alright, let's try it one more time. He's snared, so that's fine. Can you trigger one, please? No. Alright. If I do it one more time, he's going to die, so... Alright, I think I'll survive this. I definitely will survive this, and then I'm going to do this. Don't try hard on the minigame. Let him live. Jax is just naughty, guys. Alright, so this is going to be all for me today. This piece isn't really incredible. The only thing that I really like about it is the fact that it applies, basically it gives you cripple on special 2, which is always useful, don't get me wrong. 50% is 50%, it's really useful. So every second special 2 will be crippling the enemy. So if you're playing a character that relies on special 2 spam, such as for instance Classical Kane, or any other character that relies on special 2 spam, you can use that piece. Even at Fusion 0 it's going to be useful. At Fusion 10 it's going to get even better because the cripple is guaranteed. And on top of that, every time that you tag, you get 1 bar of power. So in a way, every time when you attack, you're guaranteed to have special 2 ready. And if you're using assassins, that's amazing. You just tag in, you do special 2, which in a lot of cases would be just unblockable, destroy the enemy, and even if the enemy survives with Revenant or something, he's going to get crippled. Even if the boss survives, he's going to get crippled, so he won't be able to do a lot of damage to you, unless your assassin is really, really low on health. Alright guys, so this is going to be all for me today. I will give this piece probably 8.5 out of 10. I just think that... yeah, this thing against boss is not really working that well. And I mean, yeah, not 8.5, let's say 9. It's really, really useful piece, not going to lie, but I wouldn't say it's a total game changer. It's a really great piece, 9 out of 10, but it lacks something in order to be perfect. Alright guys, see you next time. Take care.
Perfect.